Hello, dear colleagues. I am happy to welcome you at the opening of our exhibition Online Russia Expo Days. I will introduce myself once again. My name is Alexey Vengin. I'm head of the exhibition committee of the Russian Union of the Tourist Industry. And right now, I will ask you to launch a small video about Russia.
Discover Russia. A country where the sun never sets. A place where Asia meets Europe and the East meets the West. Where ancient traditions live side by side with new technologies. A country that keeps its past and looks to the future. We speak 150 languages, but we perfectly understand each other. We are united by thousands of kilometers, endless forests, seas, lakes and rivers, huge megalopolises and tiny villages. We value hospitality and know how to welcome our guests. We dream looking at the sky, and we inspire others. We invent, create, and share our experience. We raise generations. We hurry. We relax. Run. Wait. Fall in love. Work. Build. We strive. A lifetime wouldn't be enough to describe our country. A country everyone must see with his own eyes. Russia, the whole world within.
Today we are planning to inspire you to travel across Russia the whole day. We will not stop at this. A couple of words about our exhibition. Russia Travel Hub is an exhibition for customers all over the world, for dedicated Russian tours for foreign travelers, supported by major regions of Russia. The partners of the exhibition is the Russian Union of the Tourist Industry. The technological partner is Profi.Travel. And today, with us, we will have in our program our colleagues. You can show our guests. Hello. Together with us are Sergei Korneev, Chairperson, St. Petersburg Committee for Tourism Development, Tatiana Murzina, Sheremetyevo International Airport Expert, Valery Shelkov, member of the tour operator Russian Railways, and Elena Karmanova, head of the entry department at Vodahod. And we will have with us Zarina Daguzova, head of the Russian Tourism Agency of the Russian Federation, and Elena Lisenkova, deputy head of Rostourism. And together with Elena, we will hold the entire program today. And we have prepared a brief but very short video for you about what Russia Travel Hub is about and what you can see at the exhibition today and in the next few days.
Rostourism, along with the key Russian regions of the year, is hosting the first ever online expo for foreign partners, including professional buyers of Russian tourist products. Information and technology support is provided by the travel media holding, Profi.Travel. Russian Travel Hub is the first professional forum where Russian regions will present their tourist products exclusively to foreign consumers. Over 1,000 professional buyers from partner countries in Europe, Asia, and the Middle East are expected to attend this event. The expo aims at presenting Russia as a safe, modern, attractive, and comfortable country with state-of-the-art air and land travel infrastructure. Tour operators from different parts of Russia will present their tourist products and services, from classic routes to Moscow, St. Petersburg, and the Golden Ring to modern conceptual tours to Kamchatka, Sakhalin, Karelia, Siberia, and other regions. Discover how safe, exciting, extraordinary, and comfortable traveling across Russia can be. You will also be provided with the latest information about the e-visa system, the time of introduction and usage specifics in current conditions. Furthermore, you will learn about our efforts to make post-pandemic trips to Russia safe. How to explore Russia in 3 days. 1. Register for the expo. 2. Choose the most relevant online presentations. 3. Sign up in the networking system and get started. Define your role at the expo and fill out all the fields in your profile to make it easier for partners to find you. Use filters to find relevant companies. Get in touch with them and exchange business cards. Appoint and attend meetings during the dedicated period from November 12th to November 16th. Earn points for everything you do at the expo, exchange business cards, appoint meetings, and view presentations, and you will have a chance to win prizes and take home your own Expert on Russia certificates. The final number of points will define your standing in the expo's rating. Prizes will be drawn among the leaders. Expert on Russia certificates will be awarded to those with at least 3 online presentations viewed today. We wish you every success at the expo, Russian Travel Hub.
Colleagues, I think you have learned a lot of interesting things in our online exhibition. This exhibition will take place until the 16th of November. We will have programs and broadcasts today. We will show you interest in Russia, and starting from tomorrow we will have networking. You can fix appointments, exchange business cards, and exchange contacts. Actually, 300 companies from Russia are already registered. It's a huge number. So I think that you can choose those companies that are the most relevant for you and your tourists. You can exchange your business cards, you can fix appointments and have meetings. Right now, at this exhibition, 1,225 users are registered, including 728 foreign buyers from 45 different countries, including India, UAE, Saudi Arabia, Kuwait, Oman, Bahrain. This is, of course, Europe, France, Spain, Germany, Austria, Switzerland, England, Italy, the Czech Republic, Luxembourg, Lithuania, Denmark, Bulgaria, Croatia and Portugal, Asian countries, China, Sri Lanka, Philippines, Korea, Singapore, and even Nepal, America, Canada, Argentina, Brazil, Colombia, and CIS countries, Armenia, Azerbaijan, Kazakhstan, as well as Egypt, Australia, Turkey, and many other countries. Actually, there are so many tour operators connected to us, and we really hope that such a detailed business event, which is held for the first time online, will keep you interested. I hope that you will see all our programs until the end, and our next program will be for tour operators.
The companies from St. Petersburg and Moscow and other cities will be telling you about the products that we have and that they have. And not only the capital cities, Russia beyond the capital cities will also be covered today, and more detailed information will be provided to you. What can you find there and what programs are prepared for our potential dear visitors. Now, let's continue and our distinguished guest here, Sergei Korneev, is coming over, and we look forward to have Zarina Deguzova and Elena Lisenkova from the Federal Agency for Tourism, and that would be the start of our live broadcast. So I began talking about contemporary Russia, how modern the country is, and frankly speaking, I have visited quite a lot of Russian regions. I would say 5 flights over the last month. I came from St. Petersburg to Moscow by train tonight, and I have traveled 3,000 kilometers in the early November across Russia. So I've been using all types of transport, and I have never paid in cash because Visa, MasterCard are welcome here, and even old ladies in the market were giving me a bottle of jam for online monetary transfer. So that was something. And when you travel by air, you can find high. Well, certainly you have to be wearing a mask, but it's a normal thing today. And the trains I have also mentioned, Valery is going to tell us about the Russian Railways experience, Russian Railways tourist company, RZD Tour he represents. And, well, let's begin. And now I would like to give a floor to Tatiana Murzina from Sheremetyevo International Airport, the primary aerial hub of this country. Because Sheremetyevo Airport is made up of a few terminals. This is the biggest airport in Russia, Moscow. Tatiana, good morning. The floor is yours. Could you tell us about your wonderful airport?
Good morning. Thank you for such heartily welcome. My name is Tatiana, and first of all, I would like to thank everyone for attending today's event. It's a great honor to be here and to represent Sheremetyevo International Airport. At first, I would like to start with the several interesting facts about Sheremetyevo International Airport. More than 300 Soviet and Russian movies were filmed at this place. Moreover, the services of the very special dog breed are used to ensure safety and security here. And the last fact is that the capacity of Sheremetyevo International Airport reaches 75 million customers per year. So yes, it is definitely the main and the largest airport in Russia with widest route network and biggest passenger traffic in Moscow and in Eastern Europe. So as it has been mentioned already, SVO, Sheremetyevo International Airport, has 5 passenger terminals, and one of them is used specifically for business aviation. Now there are 3 general aviation terminals used. Terminal B for domestic flights, Terminal C for international ones, and Terminal D, both for domestic and international flights. As you may see on the slide, the passenger traffic in 2019 reached almost 50 million passengers per year, and it was almost half of overall Moscow traffic. And the share of Sheremetyevo International Airport, the share of international passenger traffic was more than 50%, 53 to be precise. Right now, you may see the map of how Sheremetyevo International Airport looks like. So you may see that there are 2 sides, as we call them, the northern side and southern side. I would like to start describing the facilities that are located at the south. So here we have Terminal D, home of almost all foreign airlines that are having flights to and from SVO. As you may see, this area is very well developed. There is a great number of hotels located within 10 minutes walk, and also the hotel Radisson Blu is located under one roof with the terminals, with the airport itself. So the passengers, the visitors don't even have to leave the building, which is very convenient. Also, there is a railway terminal interconnected with the airport, so the passengers may arrive directly from the city center to the airport and again not leaving the comfortable building. As you may see, the southern side, the terminal D, E, and F, are interconnected with the northern side via interterminal tunnel. This interterminal tunnel represents the train that goes between two sides of the airport, so free of charge. The passengers who arrived via train, for example, can reach the northern side within 4 or 5 minutes. And northern side is brand new developing side where we have 2 brand new terminals. Terminal B was launched in 2018 prior to the World Cup, and Terminal C1 was launched in 2020 and reopened in 2021. This area is still developing. We are going to have the train to Moscow, which is going also directly from the northern side to the city center. This train is under construction, and this facility will be opened next year. So you see, we are developing, we are progressing. In 2019, we have launched the third independent runway that is located a bit outside of the airport facility, and there are 2 more runways located between the sides of the between the sides of the airport, And by the way, the third one, this independent one, fits the standards of the third category of the International Civil Aviation Organization. That means that the aircraft may land there even in thick fog and with very low visibility, which is again very convenient, and we don't have to delay the flights. So speaking about the COVID-19 pandemics and the effects of it, we may say that we have overcome these pandemics, and the passenger traffic continues growing. And what is most important, the international passenger traffic still remains significant, and still more than 50% of international passengers choose SVO as the place where to go, which as the hub to use. And continuing the topic of route network and destinations, it is necessary to mention that even in these hard times, we managed to develop our new destinations, open new destinations. This year, for example, speaking about destinations for passenger flights, we have launched some new cities, and like Casablanca, like Doha, Colombo, for example, some new cargo destinations like Buenos Aires and Havana. And if you pay attention to the top 10 domestic destinations, it's very important to mention that not only the popular resorts are now very often visited, like Simferopol, Sochi, St. Petersburg, but also the Far East, Vladivostok, Khabarovsk. So it means that there is a great demand for tourism within Russia, and it's very pleasant to know and to answer to this demand. As for connectivity rating, you may see now on the slide the statistics for 2019. From SVO, we had 69 destinations all over Russia, and more than 100 destinations in Europe, which is again the great number. 16 destinations in Middle East and more than 70 destinations in Asian and Pacific region. As per the BCG analysis, more than 40% of population of Moscow and Moscow region are living in SVO catchment area. So SVO catchment area is significantly larger than the areas of other Moscow airports, such as Vnukovo and Domodedovo. And if we consider the gray zones, the total number of the potential visitors or the potential customers of SVO increases significantly. Also, there is almost 1/3 of Moscow hotel rooms that are located in SVO catchment area. And if we look again at the gray zones, there will be more than 60% of accommodation options that are located in the SVO catchment area. And speaking about the main tourist attractions, the main places of interest, SVO catchment area covers such famous sites in Moscow as VDNH, the exhibition of achievements of national economy, Moscow city skyscrapers, Patriarchy ponds, and of course the very city center, which includes the Kremlin. And by the way, the Red Square may be reached from SVO by car within 40-45 minutes by car, which is super convenient and extremely important for the passengers, for the customers that are going to visit the very city center in a short time. As for the awards, I would like to underline that every year our efforts are praised by different organizations, different awards. This year we have been awarded as the busiest airport in Europe and the most punctual airport in Europe. So this praise means a lot for us. Also, last year we have been rated as the best airport in Russia for security, and this is very precious since aviation security is the matter of great importance. And in 2019, the domestic Terminal B has been rated with 5 stars of British agency Skytrax, which is like an Oscar in aviation. And we are very proud to have such a great award. Of course, all these achievements would have been impossible without the great contribution of our dearest partners, of the airlines that are helping us to develop and expand. Now, I would like to say a few words about Aeroflot, the main Russian carrier. It has the unique position since its history is interconnected, has 5 stars of Skytrax, has been awarded as the best airline in Eastern Europe for 8 times. And right now, as Aeroflot has more than 60 domestic routes from SVO and 124 international routes. Speaking of foreign partners, you may see on the slide that we are continuing developing our cooperation with foreign airlines. This year we had Air India joining us, Full Air Armenia company, and most importantly, the pearl of the Middle East, Qatar Airways, has chosen SVO as their home in Moscow in this year. So I would like to mention a few words about the infrastructure, but since our time is short, I would just like to show you the brand new terminals. The Terminal B outside view is here. you may see that this is the modern and brand new terminal that is very convenient for the passengers. Terminal C international flights, they're brand new as well, launched in 2020 and reopened in 2021. The one of the main advantages and one of the landmarks of this terminal are the automated immigration desks that are again very convenient for the passengers traveling. And we have a great number of business lounges in Terminal C, very nice ones. So the key advantages for the passengers are the following. The great connectivity with Moscow via railway, via modern toll road, via express bus routes. We have special lounges for passengers with reduced mobility in each of the terminals, as well as the family rooms, nurseries. There is a great variety of accommodations, several hotels allocated within 10 minutes walk. Interterminal tunnel, again for convenience of the passengers traveling from one side of the airport to another. And all in all, why shall the passengers, the customers, choose SVO as the hub for during their visit to Russia? So we are the biggest airport, the busiest one, but still we have very high rate in punctuality. Punctuality index is very high. We have the largest catchment area. A lot of hotels are located in this catchment area. The high quality of services has been proved and awarded. There are 10 Russian carriers and more than 30 foreign airlines having flights to and from SVO. So for everyone to choose the proper and convenient way how to reach SVO and the final destination. And also, since the connectivity rate is quite high, there is a wide variety of transit directions where to go, both as within Russia and outside. So we have connectivity with China, Commonwealth of Independent States, Europe, and Asia. Thank you for your time, and thank you for visiting. Thank you for listening. It is very important and a great honor for me to represent Sheremetyevo International Airport at this conference, at this event. Thank you.
Thank you, Tatiana. Thank you very much indeed. When I am going from Terminal B, I am coming earlier, not just because it takes a lot of time, but because I want to enjoy it one more time, because Terminal B has the most delicious restaurant. Vietnamese cuisine, Eastern Oriental cuisine, a lot of coffee shops. So I'm spending their time. I'm taking my time in your terminal, and thank you for that.
Indeed.
Sergey.
Thank you so much.
Sergey, hello. Are you there? Sergey Korneev is representing the St. Petersburg Committee for Tourism. He is the chairman of that committee, and apart from the fact that St. Petersburg is one of the beautiful cities of Russia and the world, St. Pete is another big hub of this country, and St. Pete has a lot of northeastern routes across Russia. Well, hello, distinguished travel agents and guests of our today's conference. We're happy to introduce St. Petersburg, a classic modern tourist center. Before the pandemic, our city was the most popular city among Russian guests in Russia, and the situation has not changed. It is a little bit paused for the pandemic, but we are getting ready to be back on track for international tourism, and we have lots of countries. The Pulkovo International Airport receives international flights, in full that are traveling between the capital cities. Our Airflot colleagues have mentioned that as well. The St. Petersburg infrastructure at the moment is fully operational, and we have been tested by UEFA, European Club fans this year. 85% of feedback from our foreign travelers are still high or very high. Now, apart from our classic tourist destinations, the State Hermitage, the Amber Room, the Tsar's Village and Peterhof, as well as many museums, we know that it is time-driven, and our competitive advantage of a classic and modern city is to develop new St. Petersburg geography routes. What is a new tourist geography? This is the Hermitage plus something else. Gastronomic, foodie sites, and yesterday Petersburg was listed as a creative UNESCO site for gastronomy offers, and a gastro culture of St. Pete is as diverse as the city. European, Russian, international cuisine is mixed. A unique melting pot, and you have a large variety of gastronomic selections and options. Now, it's more than attractive due to the foreign exchange rate. It's even more attractive for you, and under the new tourist geography, we develop many new customized or craft guided tours for smaller organized groups related to the urbanistics and architecture, related to all the richness of a megapolis, which is uniquely based layer by layer of different ages, historic centers. It was established 300 years ago by Peter the Great, the Lachta district, the public spaces, New Holland, Sev Kabelport, Land Polygraph Mesh, new observation decks, to name a few. So, food courts in classic interiors of Soviet markets. The Fort of Ireland is a sensitive activity of the Soviet Navy, Kronstadt, in St. Petersburg. So we are now assembling a construction set of travels that you can get back to St. Pete over and over again. Contemporary art, gastronomy, historical capabilities of our cities, creative, sportive events, and all the routes for people who like walking, who like fitness and physical culture. So it's all available in St. Petersburg today. Again, it is a construction set that we're getting ready to offer to you, dear visitors. We have a Visit Petersburg web portal. Please visit it. This information is being uploaded there in many languages. So the idea is to add on those historic and tourist destinations by from short city breaks to full-scale vacation seasons, as Alexei has mentioned. St. Petersburg plus 3 hours routes, we call it. The silver necklace of Russia, northeast, the Russian Baltics, the Russian North. It's all here, next to us. Veliki Novgorod city, the Middle Ages Vyborg, the Tikhvin, center of Russian Orthodox Church, Pskov, where the Russian begins, Karelia Republic with environmental tourism. It's all here. It's all for you. Now we have been waging our neighboring districts of northeast of Russia, the Russian North districts. The information is going to be uploaded together, and recently we had an interesting art project, the Pearl of the Northern Necklace, where all Russian culture figures have visualized their vision of all northwestern part of Russia. 2 million people have watched that installation, and the QR codes, if you scan them, you could get tourist information on the northwest of Russia, and now it's all combined, and we can provide it to you. All new offers from St. Petersburg, new tourist geography, classic and modern St. Petersburg, all in one, available in that one-stop shop on Visit Petersburg website. The Silver Necklace of Russia, historic cities and environmental districts of northwest of Russia and the Russian north. So any of your requests would be satisfied, and we hope that the new offers would come on stream from our city, our region, and sporadic tourists as well. You can travel as you want, because many like individual tours, many like going by themselves, and I think that the business partners would also be interested, and the tourists from different countries and regions. So all that information is ready, and you can find it at visitstpetersburg.ru, and we, as the tourist bureau of St. Pete, are here for you. We are at your service. Many thanks, Sergei, for your presentation. The St. Petersburg Tourism Committee is a primary partner of our today's presentation. There was a hybrid event yesterday dedicated to this combined tourism, from e-visa to modern technology development. Thank you, Sergei. Let's continue. And the next speaker is Valery Shilkov. If you used to travel to Russia 10 years ago, you can do that again, and you would not recognize the Russian railways, because we have new railway terminals, new trains, and RZD Tour is the Russian Railways tourism subsidiary. Valery, the floor is yours. Hello.
Hello, everybody. I'm really excited to be part of this conference today, and I'm really happy that Federal Agency for Tourism and City of St. Petersburg gave us a chance to address this audience. We definitely know that among those who are listening are our old partners and some our new customers. We been missing in our trains the passengers during these last 2 years and we are happy that hopefully that COVID era will be finishing soon, and we will be able to meet again in our trains. Well, I will briefly go through the new opportunities. Probably those who've been traveling to Russia let's say 10 years ago, would not recognize the Russian railways. Russian Railways is still the biggest railway company in the world. And in terms of passenger traffic, like last year, we've been carrying over 1 billion passengers across the country. And almost 120 passengers were in long distance. And in some areas, Russian railways is the only carrier. And in terms of tourists, we are probably carrying half of the tourist traffic in the country. RGD Tour has been on the market for the last 16 years, serving different partners, helping our international operators, our Russian operators, and we obviously are number one company in railway tourism in this country. And mostly due to we don't have much time left, but and I would like to focus mostly on the new destinations that we are developing for as well as for domestic travelers, as well for the international travelers. Well, somehow, thanks to this COVID area, we've been seeing last year huge demand for railway tourism because the borders were closed, and this really helped us to develop a lot of new routes, a lot of new destination, and thanks to the top management of Russian Railways, they've been a big focus on building new trains, new carriages, new travel and tourist locations across the, particularly for railway tourism as well as for all other tourists here. So we now have great locations in Russian North, in Russian Northwest. We have beautiful routes in the north of Ladoga Lake. We have a beautiful mountain park over there. We have base of retro and steam locomotives, and we have perfect logistics to bring tourists to these areas from Moscow and from St. Petersburg. As well, we travel up through Arkhangelsk, Kizhi, over to Murmansk, and definitely this Russian North is one of our signature destinations. Besides, for next year, we'll be serving a lot of trains from Moscow. Basically, this we call weekend cruises, which take normally 2-3 days, people spending in the trains. We now have perfectly new trains. We now operate 15 trains, especially for tourism. And I will show you, for example, this beautiful double-decker train. This picture has been taken on around Baikal Lake, and this double-decker is actually is the first one which has been delivered from the factory last year, and now it is serving a route from Moscow to Karelia. We hope that next year we'll have 2 more trains like this, and we see these double-decker trains as primarily carrier for budget travelers. So, and this segment has never been available for the international customers. And we, due to this COVID area, and the domestic demand, have developed a big number of products that fit into much smaller budget than our regular signature Trans-Siberian trains. So we hope that, for example, our weekend and budget trains will be a good addition for each trip that you are arranging to Russia, for example, to Moscow, to St. Petersburg. The people can come and visit 2-3 days Moscow, 2-3 days St. Petersburg, and then they can take a train for 2 days and travel Russian North, South. They can travel Golden Ring. They can visit beautiful cities like Pskov, Novgorod, Kostroma, and Veliki Ustyug, for example. Then we see a huge interest in different holiday tours. As I said before, we try to build new steam locomotive, not new, to restore steam locomotives, and currently we have about 30 restored steam locomotive in different areas of the country. So steam locomotives are available in Lake Baikal, they're available in the north, they're available in Moscow, and they're available in down south. Like last year, we launched Cross Caucasus train that it's a week trip taken starting from Moscow, ending up in ancient city of Derbent in Dagestan. So this train we definitely repeat next year, and we hope that this will be an interest for, since this train is visiting our biggest cities in Northern Caucasus. It goes through Rostov, it goes through Mineralные Vody, goes through Nalchik, Grozny, and Makhachkala, returning through Astrakhan and Volgograd, Stalingrad to Moscow. So, and of course, well, I have only 3 minutes left. What I should definitely say that our signature still trip is Trans-Siberian. Trans-Siberian route is the longest route in the world, and some people and some travelers, they definitely nominee Trans-Siberian Railway is one of musts for specialists in tourism, and this is a unique, absolutely unique trip for, and it has huge demand. Unfortunately, we could not operate it during last 2 years, but we hope that we will provide it for all those who are waiting before the borders will be open. What I should say, what are the changes in Trans-Siberian? So we have new carriages. The infrastructure around Lake Baikal has been seriously modernized. This around Baikal has been the new stations are renewed. The museum for the tourists is open. The new railway station in Port Baikal has been open in July. So we are waiting our tourists there, and we know that now we'll be there to provide much better service as it has been in previous years. Also, I should mention that, of course, the number of high-speed traffic, high-speed trains between Moscow and St. Petersburg has been increased during last 2 years. The new trains are coming, so we hope that the trips between two capitals, which are still major travel destinations for everybody, will be much more comfortable, and we can offer and high-speed travel, and we can offer overnight trains to capitals for those. Besides, for luxury travel, we have a lot of opportunities to provide the most demanding customers, and we are ready to arrange any special trips to any destination in country where we do have a railway route. I think I must finish now, and I'd like to say thank you for taking your time and attending our conference. Thanks for organizers, and we hope we will see our guests back in Russia soon.
Yes, thank you very much. Early morning I have been telling everyone how nice railways we have in Russia, and we just heard this. Once again, just one small statistic. Hello, Zarina. The Federal Agency for Tourism, Zarina Daguzova, is in our studio now. I would like to share one small statistic. We have more than 1,200 users registered here. We have our permanent buyers, we have foreign buyers, and we already arranged 150 meetings in networking starting from tomorrow. Zarina? Yes, I'm looking there, right? Yes. Dear colleagues, good afternoon, everyone. I'm happy to welcome the tourist business from all over the world at the first exhibition of professional customers that is being held online. We have more than 2,000 participants, 2,000 representatives from the global tourist business, and they have joined our online professional exhibition. The participation in this event is totally free, and I'm happy that the users from all over the world have this unique opportunity to communicate and maybe to restore the contacts lost during the pandemic. For our tourist business, this is a unique opportunity to tell you, our colleagues from all over the world, about the tourist potential from the entire country, to present new tourist routes that emerged recently, to tell you about new tourist products and the opportunities in our beautiful Russia. And of course, this is a unique opportunity for our foreign partners, for foreign tour operators to learn more about our country, to learn about the opportunities we have, and to restore those business contacts that might have been lost to some extent during the pandemic. Yes, I've been looking in the wrong direction, as my colleagues told me. But today, Russia pays a lot of attention to development of tourism and hospitality. This is a very important industry in the Russian economy, which exerts a huge social and economic impact on all Russian industries. Last year, for the first time, we established a big program for developing tourism. We have dozens of new tools for developing the tourism and hospitality sector. We support small businesses, mid-size and large businesses. We create new tourist routes, new accommodations, new quality hotels, modular hotels. On a systemic basis, we do promotion, we encourage demand, and we do many other things. We have financing dedicated to the tourism industry, which expanded almost tenfold, which is a great confirmation that we pay a lot of attention to this wonderful industry in which dozens of millions of people work globally. And of course, I would like to wish everyone, all the participants of this event, a very fruitful meetings, fruitful discussions. This is a unique opportunity for all of you to restore and re-establish your business contacts, exchange opinions, listen to each other, and prepare in the best possible way to the moment when the pandemic will go away and the mutual tourist flows and international tourism will be fully recovered. I'm happy to welcome all of you once again. I wish you good luck and thank you very much for your participation. And of course, we are looking forward to seeing tourists from all over the world in our beautiful country once the situation with the pandemic has been stabilized. Thank you. Thank you, Zarina. Thank you for coming to our studio. I think that the Russian Travel Hub will be the starting point. Thank you. Thank you, Zarina, for joining us in this studio, for joining our broadcast. And we are moving on. Right now we will also have Elena Lisenkova, Deputy of the Federal Agency for Tourism, and we will talk with her about what is important to know for our foreign guests and foreign tour operators who would like to send tourists to Russia, about how safe it is in Russia. We will talk a bit about e-visas and those things that, along with the tours and locations themselves, are at least as important as everything else. The floor is yours. Hello, Alexei.
I am very glad to welcome you online in Russia Federation. Я рада приветствовать всех коллег российских, международных в продолжении прекрасных слов Зарины.
I'm happy to welcome all our colleagues, both in Russia and abroad, at our professional communication platform for tour operators, partners, hotels, destinations, and I'm sure that those connections that will be established and re-established at this exhibition will be the basis for a long-term partnership relation between our companies and countries and the basis for working with new tourists, attract them to Russia. And our colleagues from different regions of Russia will tell you more about our beautiful locations, as well as our business colleagues. Going back to the question you started with, Alexei, about how the industry is going to recover, about what we are going to do and what is already being done in Russia. I think that we need to start with a very relevant issue regarding the safety of traveling. Russia, as many other countries in the world, has implemented all the necessary protocols, and it ensures all the necessary requirements and norms at hotels, airports, and so on to make sure that the traveling is safe everywhere. Our key points of attraction are Moscow and St. Petersburg, and they have joined this international program to ensure the safety of tourism, called Safe Travels. And this is a clear set of rules that enable international tourists to trust this travel and to be sure that they can really make this trip. I need to note that in some of the regions of Russia there are special rules and norms which are quite simple, and they are located in a single registry for National Tourist Portal, Russian Travel, and this enables our guests to get familiarized with them, and as a result our foreign guests will know everything about our specific requirements, so that the trip is seamless given the existing restrictions. That's it. Thank you very much, Elena.
Как удобно. Я
Are we going to continue this Q&A session? As you wish. I would also like to add that we have some questions regarding
стран приехать, да, как бы в России.
tourists. For example, can tourists come to Russia from all countries? And we understand that right now
И резиденты стран
we can have residents
78
from all over the world coming to Russia, that is 78 countries. These are countries with which we already opened our borders on a mutual basis. And first of all, it's about air travel. And to enter the country, guests from these countries need a PCR test, and they need to fill in a questionnaire which is quite simple and clear. And I'm sure that the majority of people of the world will find it easier. Right now there is no repeated PCR test or quarantine. As to the tourists that are already here, do you need a PCR test for coming from one region to another one? No, you don't need any PCR tests when crossing the region's borders. Some of the regions established some special requirements. This concerns the hours of work of certain facilities, and sometimes you need PCR tests when attending a certain facility or a company, or there might be some other measures that you can find at our Russia Travel website, where you can find all the necessary information regarding all that. Talking about the rules of visiting some facilities that are of interest to foreigners, such as restaurants or museums, do we have any restrictions here? Does this concern tourists? Well, as I already said, the rules of visiting museums, restaurants or hotels are very similar in all the regions of Russia. There is some minor specificity given the specific situation in a certain region of Russia, and all those rules are written on a single website. Right now there are no special measures in Russia. Thank you very much, Elena, and I think we are going to move on. Yes, I think that the e-visa issue is also very important. Yes, of course, we are going to ask you about it as well. We've been talking for a year about the introduction of e-visas, and everyone is waiting for that, because it can really make entry to Russia easier for potential tourists. So what are the prospects for introducing this new format of working with tourists? The system of e-visa is ready for launch. At this moment, in the past year, there is a greater number of points equipped with all the necessary equipment. There are 70 such points where people from all countries of the world can cross the borders with the e-visa. We are talking about the introduction of the system so that our guests can start getting e-visas. I hope that this decision will be taken. It involves the COVID situation globally and the convenience of travel in the future. The rules of the visa have not changed. You can stay in the country for 16 days with tourist purposes, and you can travel between regions of Russia. There are no additional requirements to cross the borders of the regions of Russia, so you can travel between the regions, and more than 70 points of passing enable you to enter the country in any region or exit from it. I heard that recently there has been a simplification of the ordinary visas. You don't need any invitations anymore. Can you talk about this in greater detail? Yes, that's right. Right now, all the procedures of getting a Russian visa for foreigners up to 6 months has been simplified. So right now, there is no need to get any confirmation from the tour operator. You don't need any booking. So it has become much simpler, and we are sure that the 6 months period which is given by such visa enables you to make long trips such as cruise routes, railway routes, water travel, car trips. For example, you can actually drive your car to the Altai region. For that, you need a long-term visa. And I think that even a 16-day e-visa will not be enough to cover the entire territory of Russia by car, for example. Well, Russia is already accepting tourists, and I saw a lot of tourists from India, from United Arab Emirates, or from Europe, who are already coming to Russia and enjoying it. I hope that every month we will have more foreign tourists, and we will have a renaissance, a recovery of inbound tourism to Russia. Yes, I agree with you, and we also have special conditions for cruises, and we are all for that. We believe that the cruises have a big potential in our country. This potential is not fully tapped by now, so there is another option for our foreign guests. As for the post-pandemic period, how do you evaluate the need to change the tourist product in Russia? What do you need to show to foreigners? It is clear that we have had some traditional destinations such as Moscow, St. Petersburg, the Golden Ring. What else can we offer to them? How did Russia change over the past 5 to 10 years? I would say that Russia even changed over the past 2 or 3 years, because we have been benefiting from the recent events, because in recent years there are some non-standard, non-trivial guests coming. There are new track routes, new eco routes. There are some winter travel options. You can also enjoy the nice lake Baikal in winter. And furthermore, you also have the gastronomic tourism, which was relaunched. The map of the country is full of new dots, and you really need to taste this cuisine. Yes, and a little bit about the Michelin restaurants that just appeared in Russia. Yes, that's right. This is a great advantage for Moscow, because it is for the first time that there are some Michelin restaurants, and 2 restaurants got 2 Michelin stars in Moscow, and the Michelin Guide now has a list of great restaurants from Russia that were highly appreciated by the guide's experts.
Наших иностранных туристов. При этом стоит отметить, что больше 50% этих ресторанов это рестораны.
And I need to point out that more than 50% of those restaurants are about local cuisine, local dishes in a unique format. And actually, there are a lot of national dishes provided by those restaurants. To continue, I would like to say something about the Transsib railway. Russian railways and RZD Tour just presented their offers, and we made a breakthrough in this area, and it's also something that deserves visiting in this new format, because you can go from the Russian capitals to unique destinations with their own charisma. And actually, the railway carriage is like a hotel for you. It's very convenient.
And it's not a trivial program, and for other subjects or regions, this is travel to Korea.
Золотому кольцу. Есть, конечно же, путешествия в середине, в Сибирь и просто невероятные какие-то новые ракурсы, которые открываются через призму железных дорог.
Yes, so we have been talking about the Sheremetyevo airport. It's also been very interesting. And it's interesting how the main airports of the country changed, and we have a lot of new things from Russian railways, and we have another speaker from the Vodahod cruise company. I think you are familiar with their product. It's one of the most interesting cruise operators in Russia, and I would like to give the floor to Elena Karmanova from Vodahod. Let us listen to her. With pleasure.
Dear travel professionals, hope you are not tired yet, as I wish to invite you to the wonderful world of river cruising in the very heart of Russia. Let me introduce the Vada River Cruise Line, the company with the biggest and the most innovative fleet on Russian waterways. With 18 years of experience in the cruise fleet of 26 ships ranging from 3 to 5 stars, Vodahot is able to meet any budget and life preferences of our guests. Huge multi-million investment program of fleet renovation was launched in 2018, and several ships have already passed such renovation and upgrade, and the brand new flagship of Vodahot's fleet, Mustai Karim, was launched into service in 2020, being the first river cruise ship constructed in Russia for the last 60 years. Vodahot is constantly adding new itineraries and destinations to our program, trying to show you the best of Russia from the glorious capitals to the remote, wild, but extremely beautiful corners of our country. 12 ships out of 26, including Mustai Karim, are used to welcome our international guests, and we guarantee the onboard service and shore excursions in 5 languages: English, German, French, Italian, and Spanish. Pandemic forced Vodahot to focus even more on the safety of our guests, and during the seasons 2020 and 2021, enormous safety measures were implemented fleet-wide, including total disinfection. To avoid crowding during the shore excursions, we suggest our guests to use audio guides, allowing keeping social distancing and still listening to the guide. Surely all audio guides are thoroughly disinfected after every use. Volahot also owns the fleet of small ships for local transportations and short river trips in different Russian regions. Pioneering in each and every sphere, we are now constructing speedy small ships eco cruiser, which will go fully on the electric power. These ships will join the fleet from 2022, and this will be the huge input in the environmental protection. And now, I would like to focus on 3 most our offers and present absolutely unique travel products that will surely meet the tastes and wishes of the demanding travelers. First most is surely already mentioned brand new flagship of our fleet, Mustai Karim. We are proud of this beautiful ship being for sure the best ever cruise ship on the Russian waterways. The itineraries of Mustai Karim cover practically all popular destinations in the European part of Russia, from Moscow to St. Petersburg, from Moscow down the Volga River to Kazan, and all the way down to Rostov-on-Don. The strong navigational characteristics of Mustai Karim allow the ship to go out in the open sea, and so our guests can enjoy the sea cruises on board of Mustai Karim to Black Sea and Azov Sea in the south of Russia. Mustai Karim is a unique ship in every aspect. And one of these is the fact that this is the one and only ship that is allowed to dock in the very heart of the historical center of St. Petersburg. So our guests are able to enjoy the spectacular show of raising the drawbridges right from the decks of the ship. Due to pandemic, only few international guests had the chance to travel on board Mostai Karim during the past two navigations, but the feedback from our Russian guests is really more than positive. So let's have a short talk over the decks of this unique ship, included by British Royal Institute of Naval Architects in the list of the most significant ships of the year 2020. Most of the cabins on board are deluxe staterooms of 18 square meters, all with panoramic windows from floor to ceiling, and the upper part of those windows can be opened, partially forming the so-called French balcony. Several suites and tuner suites are also available on board, some with real balconies. Whatever stateroom you select, you will be surprised by the oversized bathroom with a really spacious shower cabin. All staterooms feature the bathrobe and the slippers, the umbrella to go ashore on the rainy day, and the Lavazza coffee machine to enjoy a tasty drink in the privacy of your own stateroom. Two spacious and beautiful restaurants are waiting for breakfast in buffet style and lunch and dinner served to the table. All of you will agree that the food is an essential part of any vacation, and we can assure you that the meals on board Mustai Karim will please every taste. The talented chefs created the menu for the ship, combining traditional Russian food with the trends of modern international kitchen. So our guests are enjoying their meals from the appetizers to desserts, deliberately cooked and beautifully served. The day on board is full of joy. The big panorama bar waits for our guests to sip a cocktail and listen to the live music or to dance the night away. The cozy white library features also a bar and is a quiet place to read a book. Here also the arts and crafts classes are held from time to time. Conference room invites to listen to the historical or cultural lectures. The fitness center is waiting for those who can't imagine the day without the workout or the yoga session. The beauty salon opens its doors for the guests who wish to stay in the due form or to prepare to the gala night. The small but fully equipped kids club and teens club are waiting for the younger travelers to make their journey more exciting. An enormous open sun deck offers fantastic views, the fresh air, the dancing under the stars, the unbelievable sunsets and sunrises, and for sure, a million of backgrounds for memorable pictures. Two elevators, one in the aft part of the ship and this forepart, make our walk over the foredecks of the ship pleasant and effortless. To create the interior of Mustai Karim, Vada used the works and projects of the gifted artists, and the ship is really beautiful and unique. And we see for all of the cruises on Mustai Karim shows that the ship fits every taste those who wish to enjoy the best of Russia in the luxury comfort. So we wait your clients on board of our fantastic flagship, and for more details, we invite you to our booth during the networking. And now I suggest you to move slightly to the east, saying slightly, I mean really 4,000 kilometers. So we find ourselves in the very heart of Russian Siberia, where the fastest and the deepest river, Yenisei, carries its waters from the borders between Russia and Mongolia right to the Arctic Ocean. And Vodahot proudly preserves one-of-a-kind cruise expedition all the way down the Yenisei River on board of our second luxury ship, Maxim Gorky. The ship has full reconstruction in 2020. The exteriors remain the same classical out style, which perfectly fits the surrounding wild nature, but the interiors were dramatically rebuilt to meet the requirements of the upscale clientele searching for ideal combination of once in a lifetime exploration experience and pure luxury travel. Just imagine yourself sailing through the untouched lands and unshared waters to discover the soul of Siberia. The vast landscape has been virtually untouched for centuries. You will marvel the ancient mountains frozen in time and huge herds of wild reindeers, especially brought to the shore, where you can feed and touch the deer and make fantastic pictures with them. You will visit dramatic volcanic rock pillars of the Stolby Natural Reserve in the south and have the incredible helicopter tour to Putorana Plateau in the north. This UNESCO World Heritage Site is a huge basalt plateau rugged with lakes, rivers, and waterfalls, and so it is really a site that must be visited to be believed. We will show you the dead road constructed by the Gulag prisoners, and 300,000 of them put their lives to bring it to fulfilling the task of Stalin to construct the railway of 800 miles long to connect the Siberian cities. You will traverse 3 climatic zones and experience the of polar day, where the sun never sets and the magic midnight sun lasts in summer up to 2 months. You will visit the Permafrost Museum of 50,000 years old. You will meet people who inhabit Siberia's wilderness, uh, gain the unique insight of their lives. You will discover ancient and isolated settlements, including the home of 45,000 years mammoth. We show you the traditional songs, traditional dances, skills of the friendly locals, nomads, Cossacks, old believers, and several local small peoples, so different in the lifestyle, but commonly friendly and welcoming. You will cross the Arctic Circle and really officially become a polar explorer. The memory of this absolutely unique cruise expedition will stay with you for the rest of the life. And just aboard of our 5-star Maxim Gorky, the travel will be more than comfortable. This ship was deliberately designed to showcase Siberia with all its authenticity. Maxim Gorky is really a floating paradise, which whose interiors were designed, inspired by Siberian nature, cultures, and traditions. And the ship will allow to immerse you completely in the very soul of Siberia. Back to the food, we again are proud that the menu served on board of Mustai Karim was created by the talented Siberian chefs and reproduces the diversity of local cuisine in the most modern gourmet style. And I need to add that just the ship is for 86 passengers only, and with a crew of 84, we really deliver the luxury service. Last to mention this expedition is that the northern part of Yenisei is a restricted area, and the foreigners to go there need to obtain the special permission. Vada has an exclusive right to apply for such permission for our international guests. So we are not only offering you the expedition of once in a lifetime quality, we offer you to visit the place nobody else can visit. So the last product, the third one most of our offer is the exclusive tour to Lake Baikal, which is really the pearl of Russian nature, being the deepest and the most ancient lake on the earth. So you have already heard about Baikal in today's morning session here. You will also listen to the which will speak about Baikal later today. The wonders of Baikal can be listed endless, but what is very important and exclusive in our offer is that we suggest you to have a tour combining in just 9 days the two shores of Baikal, the eastern one and the western one, which are completely different in nature and in cultures. But we will show you over 30 picturesque destinations, hardly reachable by bus or by ship. And this is the transportation means which will allow us to do this in a fastest and the most comfortable way. The hovercraft, which is being constructed right now to the exclusive individual order of Vada. So the hovercraft is able to carry 28 passengers, and it has the toilet on board, multimedia system screens to show you the cultural lectures or something interesting that the lecturers can bring. The panoramic windows will allow you to watch the scenery of the shores. The reclining seats make the travel very comfortable, and the double glazing ensures heat and noise protection. Just to mention once again the toilet on board, those of you who have ever participated in the expedition in the natural reserve can clearly understand that the toilet is a thing that is often missed. So because it is not allowed to put the toilets everywhere in the national reserves, so our hovercraft will add a lot of comfort to the fantastic and extremely beautiful expedition over the Baikal, with its extremely authentic flora and fauna. And we will show you winter Baikal with incredible bubbles in the ice and ice grottos. We will show you the summer Baikal with the unbelievable sunsets and the cutest Baikal seals on the Ushkan Islands. We will let you immerse in the extremely different cultures and visit the sacred Buddhist places. So our hovercraft makes our journey comfortable and fast, and Vodahot ensures the level of service on the same standards that are used on our ship. So very shortly, there are the three most exciting offers of our products. In general, Vodahot has plenty of cruises and trips to be offered to the international guests, and we invite you to come to our virtual booth during the networking. We will show you fantastic river offers of Vodahot and give you much more details on our wonderful cruises. Thank you for your attention and waiting you during the next several days during the networking.
Thank you very much indeed. We are going to have another live broadcast in 45 minutes time, probably the busiest one for today, represented by many regional tour operators. Elena, please, I am giving you a chance to say goodbye to our listeners. Well, colleagues, thank you very much. I am confident that today's conference will be a baseline for the future good cooperation, and we are watching how active you are in the networking sessions, and I think that it's going to be fruitful for you. So please use those things more actively, that platform in the coming days, to have as more contacts and